Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic Dank Drannith Dinos action. It's going to be quite lovely indeed. The game plan is super simple. Hopefully all you guys had a good Sunday, having a good evening. If you're sleeping, again, hopefully you get some nice sleep, and hopefully it's a little bit cooler for you because it's starting to get pretty hot here, at least during the day. A little bit chillier at night, which is nice, but I know most of you are south of me, so it is, well, warming up. All right, 5 ways. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, Drannith Ruins. There's a couple other things from Ikoria, which this setting, Drannith, is where it's found. The city, I believe. Lots of stuff that cares about targeting non-human creatures, of course, with this particular list, as it often is. Pretty much all dinos. 26 of the 30 creatures in the list are a dino. So Drannith Ruins, boom. It's a land to get us ahead a little bit, even though it is colorless. But hey, we got some leftover mana, or we have exactly enough. Put 2 counters on a dinosaur creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Nice and windy in Alberta. Oh, hey. Good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully that helps with cooling things off. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's not the most powerful thing. It's kind of like in the middle. Hit or miss. Could have a little bit of interaction instead of Drannith Ruins. A couple Planeswalkers, Domri, Anarcho, Bolus, which ramps and increase power with the +1/+0 to each creature you control. But this is a land. It's hard to interact with the counters, the power that Drannith Ruins can put on. It's not super flashy. It's not super bad. It's just kind of, boom, it's in there, helping us continually hit the land drops a little bit more. And again, chances are we're going to have a lot. So we get to use that extra mana to make stuff bigger all the time, I hope. But other than that, keep it a straightforward game plan to begin with. 26 lands because Drannith Ruins, 4 of here. I often have been using 22 in the past, and oh my goodness. Boom, heads are exploding. I don't remember the last time the last time I tried something like 26, 27, 28 lands was something that involved Wayward Swordtooths. You're able to play an additional land each turn, but even with 26, you don't get to make use of that particular benefit from Wayward. Although it is something to consider since I have really increased things quite a bit. Might try Wayward Swordtooth out eventually. But the sideboard, that's where it gets interesting. Depending what I face, Fact Nature, of course, Decimating, 5-color, Yorion, Enchantments, Fires of Invention, Karuga, whatever you want to call it. Flame Sweep for that aggro stuff. Boros Convoke. Hopefully I see Flame Sweep a little bit earlier. Last night? Yeah, I think it was last night. I faced Boros Convoke and they just went off, unfortunately, doing what seems to be their pretty consistent thing of playing a bunch of creatures and making them a little bit bigger with counters. They got me game 1 and I didn't see Flame Sweep game 2, if I remember correctly. Then the Acrone War. Oh, it is. Hopefully the Shuffler doesn't mess things up too much. And speaking of that, with the Shuffler and lands and messing it up, I've got 22. Often I had 22. Topiary and Thunderherd both grabbing a land out from the library. So I would play a land, play this, but I still might want to see lands the next few turns, or just increase the chance. But the fact I have 22, I've ramped, which is good, but I might not see a land the next turn, so it's effectively kind of like the same thing. But because I pull a land from the deck, I reduce the chance of seeing it in the 4th turn or the 5th turn or whatever it is. So the 4 Drannith Ruins at the very least could help, well, will help to still ramp, get ahead, and then keep the chances of seeing another land, being able to play it, and continuing on with that. So that's going to be a nice aspect. Because yeah, definitely I've played this, I've ramped but then I still want another land the following turn, and I don't see it because there's not a whole lot left at that point. Might be 18, 17, potentially, depending how many are in my hand. But the Acronemoor, that's in kind of for Tranquil Frillback that can destroy an artifact or enchantment, exile a graveyard. Of course, this is completely different to Tranquil Frillback. But I was using that card, Frillback, to help against Rakdos, destroying Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and exiling the graveyard, so I don't have to worry about Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, escaping and making us discard this. A Acronemoor will steal Shieldred, will steal whatever big creature they have, and will help beat Rakdos, especially if they have some death touch things. Steal something big, they attack with everything, eventually leave themselves open, and then I do just lethal that way. But it would help against anything creature based. Mono Green Devotion, I have heard and have tried it in the past. The Acronemoor against that, stealing a Cavalier of Thorns, whatever it is. They lose a creature, we gain a creature, and hopefully at some point they're left open a wee bit, and we can take advantage of that. Oh yes, oh, Pterosaurus, good stuff. Happy to have you here. 100% the art on Drannith Ruins is good. I like how it turned out in the thumbnail too, just kind of making the crystals sort of glow, at least the main part there. But yeah, keep the lands up. Again, pull a land from the library. I still want to see a land, but I've pulled one, and there's less chance of seeing it on the following turns. Keep that in mind. So the increased lands, increased chances to see more, and pump them up permanently with that ability. Then after the Acronemoor, Tyvar stand as it was last night. Hey, save stuff. Pretty simple and straightforward. Pump it up, of course, could make it really big with the increased number of lands. Question becomes maybe cut Drannith Ruins, bring in Tyvar stand. Still haven't decided quite what I would want to switch out for what, but it might be Drannith for this. We'll see how it goes. I say we jump into it, bring the pain to control. That's going to be nice. Hopefully. Dank Drannith coming up. Oh, 100%. And I haven't used that little dino that was in the thumbnail tonight. It's supposed to represent my daughter. I got the artist that does all those little dinos. She made a blue one for my son, and that yellow one is supposed to represent my daughter. Diamond 1, hoping to pop into Mythic, I think. Perhaps a play spoiler to them. Should be very good. We got Thunderherd Migration on turn 2. Shifting Ceratops on turn 3. But it does look like Dimir. They're going to get rid of Thunderherd Migration if they know what's good for them. They have to get rid of Thunderherd. That would... No, it's going to be Thunderherd. Better be. Okay. They know what's what. And there we go. We're already seeing one. The first copy of Drannith. So we've got 4 lands here. We'll eventually get to shifting, although a little bit later. However, hey, Topiary Stomper. Let's go with that. Could draw out a counter spell. Yeah, we still have the 4th land. That's alright. Had to happen at some point, and it might allow Regis or Alpha to come down safer next turn. Of course, they can't do anything to these things. Could have some black base removal, Shieldred's Edict, to make us sacrifice it. Okay, shifting is safe, at least for a little bit. Thieves Guild Enforcer, well, it's a little bit rough. It's going to gain Death Touch if we get to 8 cards in our graveyard, which I don't see it happening right now. Definitely not. That should be good. Eventually, I see us hitting them with Tyrannix Rex, but the hasty Shifting Ceratops next turn. Ooh, that is good. Yeah, we definitely want this. Boom. So already, pause for a second here, folks. Both both Drannith Ruins. That I'm seeing now would have not been Drannith Ruins. They would have been some other spell. So immediately here, with it being Drannith Ruins, oh, that is just, that's the bee's knees, I must say. Now, Thieves Guild Enforcer is going to block one of them. I'll give it Trample. That green mana is going to go away, so that's just how it has to be. It would have been nice if I could have saved that green mana and used it if Thieves Guild Enforcer would have blocked somebody. But yeah, you can see it clearly, how amazing that was with it being Drannith Ruins. And I think maybe, oh, it's good. It's good. It gets you to the bigger stuff. Later on, you just make something bigger. As a fallback, you've got tons of mana, boom. Tranix Rex potentially entering, and then you put 2 counters on it with Drannith Ruins ability, and it's a 10-10. Whew. Or just play it, and they die. Boom. Gotcha. I don't care who blocks who. Take out the Nighthawk Scavenger, but we still would deal 5 damage. And I think that might be yes, even with the life gain. Got him. Oh. That was absolutely picture perfect right there. Like the first game of the night, highlighting how nice that was. Don't really need to interact with the opponent too much when, wow, you just interact with their face with these things that you can see a little bit more consistently with the increased number of lands that also do something. It's not like, oh, it's a land that taps for green and red and that's it. It's a land, but it makes things bigger. That might make all the difference. Yes, definitely. Oh, 100%, 100%. Nothing they can do to stop it. But Dimir Rogues, not a whole lot I'd really want to do. Possibly Tyvar Stand, but they do have a lot of sacrifice things. Hexproof and Indestructible does nothing against sacrifice, unfortunately. Back to nature, no enchantments really. The Crone War, well, sometimes Flame Sweep can be good. Flame Sweep actually might be nice. Taking out the Fairy Mastermind. Also taking out Thieves Guild Enforcer. But we did get the job done quite nicely there, so I'll leave it as is. And the past, they saw a whole lot of pain coming up. The pain that's going to happen in this game as well. The future. Unfortunately, nothing for 2, but hey, we got 4 lands now, and Topiary Stomper, which, crossing the fingers, it doesn't get countered. Hey, I have nothing to play, so perhaps the counterspell that they have is either a counterspell or the Soaring Thought Thief there. Thieves Guild Enforcer, I would imagine, is coming down. Although it is nice, well, it's not nice seeing Shifting Ceratops. It's nice that we have another one in hand. Start drawing out those counterspells. Right, so whatever we play would have been countered. If they had a Censor wanting us to pay an extra 1, possibly we could have snuck Marauding Raptor past that. But paying an extra 2, yeah, wouldn't have mattered. Okay, I'm going to try for another... You know what? I'm going to test the waters and hope they don't have a counterspell at all. Yeah, I'm going to pay it. Good stuff. Hopefully they don't have Fatal Push, but it seems like they do. Boo. We're drawing out a lot of things, and they haven't played a lot of rogues, which certainly is nice. They don't have Sheoldred or anything like that, although we do have at least 8 cards in. Oh, that's tempting. Topiary Stomper, get us, hopefully, to Tranix Rex next turn. Beautiful. They don't have Drown in the Lock, which certainly could have countered Topiary here. Pretty good chance we get to a 7th land next turn. It might be Drannith Ruins. But either way, we get Drannith Rex, although their aggression is going to probably be a little bit too much for us. Yeah. Shifting Ceratops would threaten everything they have, which might be kind of nice, come to think of it. Let's do the math here. They got 10. Oh, yeah. Be dead next turn. Let me think. We'll go with shifting, with the hope that I can still give it reach and block somebody. I was almost playing Thunderherd Migration there, but no. Wouldn't have had a source of green. Hey, that's how it goes. Good stuff. We'll get them. We'll get them. They glimpsed into the past and the future and saw that they had a chance, but we're going to have to turn things around here. Ooh, I can make it work. It's no source of red for Hunt Master, but I do have 2 sources of green for Topiary Stomper. Oh, my goodness. 3 of the 4 Castle Garenbreaks. That is pretty crazy stuff. I'm going to try for it. Hopefully. Nuts. Okay. Make something happen. Oh, we got Stomping Ground. Beautiful. Now, Shifting Ceratops. I imagine they have some more counter spells. Hopefully no Ether Gust. So I think shifting should be safe. Castle Garenbreak next turn, getting us to Carnage Taunt. Oh, hey. Go for the throat is pretty darn fantastic. Mostly unconditional removal. I'm just going to cross my fingers they don't have Shieldred's Edict here, making us sacrifice Carney T. Another land next turn, Drannith Rex. It's almost like I don't need the 2-drops, although they are nice, so that could be an aspect to see. Shieldred, of course, is very, very painful. Oof. Let me think. Yeah, I'm going to try attacking with Shifting Ceratops. See what Shieldred does. Okay. Imagine they'll be flipping Shieldred right here. Sadly. Then there'll be I'll activate only as a sorcery. Interesting. Huh. That's a tough one. But I'm going to try for Hunt Master. Of course, another source of red would have been ideal to go with Marauding this turn. I must have something for shifting. And just fail to push, that's alright. I think they're going to flash in somebody, though. But we're not quite dead yet. Imagine we will be. Two. Oof. Not being that. No. Almost got there. Pretty close. And I definitely love Drannith Runes already. It's been helping out. Haven't put, of course, 2 counters on somebody, but it certainly could have happened that turn. Yeah, just being a land. Boom. Already feeling nice. See if it's another Dimir Rogues. I have seen pockets for sure. Haven't seen Celestia Angels actually since that one night I faced them twice. Just non-existent. This hand, though, very, very interesting for sure. It could be rough, but 2 lands at least, a bunch of stuff for 2. And it is 2 sources of green to help for Topiary Stomper. Hopefully the 3rd land next turn, and hopefully nothing happens to Huntmaster either. Okay. That is good. Seeing him get rid of the sensor. 1 less that I have to worry about. Oh, that is 100% happening. You know what? Shifting Ceratops. Let's take advantage of that. I think they could have maybe countered Marauding Raptor. I'm just going to hit him with this. I only see sources of blue. I do expect it is Azorius Control. That is. Okay. I may not be able to do a whole lot against that. Try for Thunderherd Migration. Either way, Thunderherd, Topiary Stomper, probably a good chance one of these was getting countered. Okay, it is not. Well, that is nice indeed. The castle to destroy shifting. That's alright. We got lots of bodies. Even if they sweep us this turn, we'll still have some good stuff. I do have 2 sources of white, so we gotta keep in mind the Wandering Emperor. However, I'm gonna try for Regis or Alpha. If that doesn't draw out a counter spell, they don't have one, because they'll use it on this. There we go. I still get to hit him for a 6, which is pretty good. Topiary Stomper next turn. Yeah. Hopefully Carnage turns. Try and expect at some point. Oh, good. They lose another sensor. Digging for a sweeper, perhaps. Temporary lockdown, also good. Yeah, we'll still make good things happen. We got Marauding for 2, Topiary for 2. Well on our way to Tyrannosaurus Rex, and if I get another land next turn, we get T-Rex. Just lovely stuff. T-Rex, you can do it. Nuts. Castle Garenbreak. Where are you at? Oh. Well, I'll see if I draw land with this flu token. Oh, I do. Very nice. I expected something like that. Okay. Hopefully get to the 7th land next turn. Turn on Topiary Stomper and T-Rex here. They foretold something. Could it be maybe a Doom foretold? No, not. It saw it coming. Oh, I saw it coming. Nuts. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. They won't have a counter spell one of these days. To fairy for 5, perhaps. Oh, another saw it coming. Hopefully not. Oh, my goodness. Counter spells after counter spells. Counter. My. Ooh. It can be rough. It can be rough. Just need that 7th land. Let's do it. We got 4 extra lands tonight. So there's a good chance. Oh, got the 7th land. That's how it is. Bing, bang, boom. T-Rex not doing nothing. You're not countering that. Tyrannosaurus Rex to take out the fairy. They're not quite dead. You know what? Smack them. Let's do it. They're mostly dead. That could be good. If they don't have a sweeper next turn, definitely dead. And then they're so low, shifting could finish them off. Regis or Alpha with the token. Another Tyrannosaurus Rex. A whole lot of things. Has to be a sweeper. Okay, okay. Now we'll get there. We got plenty more shiftings and T-Rexes. Well, that's not T-Rex. Down to 1. Nuts. Still, a big shark token. That's not so bad. Shifting would fly right past it. Fly right past all of the storm giants if they leave up enough that they can make it a creature. Oh, just straight up playing Shark Typhoon. Okay. Where's that shifting when you need it? Oh, Regis or Alpha. I'll try for it, even though I expect bad things to happen. Gotta be countered. Something. Ah. They want to make sure Regis or Alpha doesn't land. Okay, that's fine by me. Decline. And they get a 2/2 as a replacement, which is quite fantastic. They cast a thing, sacrifice a thing to copy it, and yeah. Shifting. You can do it. Good buddy. Carnage Tyrant potentially, although of course it doesn't have haste, which would be lovely. Don't exactly need a runes. Drannith runes is ruining our chances at this point. Lights out, you could say. Oh, okay, well, yeah, definitely done for at that point. Just got a little bit flooded, unfortunately. Certainly would have expected to see another shifting Carnage Tyrant, the first Carnage Tyrant, or T-Rex, of course, Tyvar's Stand, coming in. Trim, I'm going to trim Galta. Galta and 1 Huntmaster. I was thinking about that. Anytime it's controlled, of course, Galta could easily be countered, removed, Wandering Emperor, but still the Tyvar Stand to protect the stuff that might not be able to be targeted, but just protecting something from a sweeper. Supreme Verdict, boom. The biggest, best thing gets indestructible. We have a good chance after that. This, hey, instant keep. 2 lands, Source Green with Castle Garenbrig, Thunderherd Migration on turn 2, and we just keep going on from there. Of course, Castle Garenbrig to start, since Drannith Ruins is not a forest, to help it enter the battlefield untapped. Oh boy, and another Castle Garenbrig to boot. This is looking pretty good, I must say. Has to be a forest, 100%. I don't have anything that requires red, but just getting that forest, so this second castle. And okay, well. I'm going to try for Topiary Stomper and hope they don't have the thing. Boom, I just think they're dead. Look at this. We've got Carnage Tyrant next turn. We've got Tyvar's Stand. Carnage Tyrant will enter, and I'll still have a green left over. Boom. Ooh. Beautiful stuff. Control is rough, but these dinos are often rougher than control. We rough up control, you could say. Alrighty. Sweep us next turn. You know you wanna. Hopefully there's no Ether Gust. Good. I was a little bit worried about that fact. We can do it. Supreme Verdict. They spend 4, I spend 1, and I'm still left with Carnage Tyrant. They do have 2 sources of white, so they could do that. Interesting. Perhaps they do have you know what. They might have it. Well, they don't have Settled Wreckage. Hey, we drew out a counter spell that would have maybe stopped Carnage Tyrant being saved. Of course, I'll still smack them, do all that stuff. Definitely save that green. Perhaps they suspect something's up our sleeve. Another Topiary Stomper. I kind of like the looks of that. Yeah, I want to do it. Get to 7 lands. Be able to attack with a Topiary Stomper that I have out. Now, I could possibly use Drannith Ruins and put 2 counters on the Topiary, but it would use up all the 3 lands that I have. I have to tap 2 lands plus Drannith itself, and that leaves me with no source of green for Tyvar's Stand. Although, would it just kill him? No. 11. Not quite. Not quite. That's okay. I think we got him. There's not a whole lot they can do. It could be Farewell, but it still doesn't really matter. We've got Hasty Shifting coming up. Beautiful. Hasty Shifting, and then we're left with a little bit to protect the shifting or finish them off with Tyvar's. Gotcha. Whew. And I didn't even need Tyvar's Stand, which is nice. Man, that was beautiful stuff. Yeah. I'm just happy Topiary Stomper popped off there. I was worried it might get countered, but we get Thunderherd, we get Topiary. Love it. Again, that opening hand was Castle Gambrig and a Drannith Ruins. Drannith Ruins would have been something other than a land. And I would not have kept that hand otherwise going back the previous nights. So it certainly is nice comparing it. You see Drannith, you know what roughly it would have been. A Planeswalker or something like that. All right. Welcome, Dr. Gazooks. Hopefully all is well. Hopefully you didn't hurt yourself and you were safe with your sword that you recently got and you take good care of it. Oil it up every now and then. I think you have to do that for most swords, show or otherwise. Oh boy, that looks good. Thunderherd Migration, boom. Bunch of lands, Castle Gambrig. Seems like we will get to Tyrannix Rex. Of course, I'll try for Thunderherd on turn 2. Oh, 2 of them. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'll reveal Marauding Raptor. They might save a counter spell for that instead. Oh, beautiful. We're off to the races. We're ahead by 1. And they can't do anything about it. It's not a creature. You can't exile a basic land. You can't sweep a basic land. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Thunderherd Migration again. If this isn't stopped, we see Tyrannix Rex next turn. Oh my, oh my. Counter this. They're ready and waiting with Censor or something. Okay, we're going to make their chances disappear when we drop this guy. Love it. Yeah, hopefully there's no Ether Gust. That is always rough stuff. And hope they don't have Settled Wreckage, of course. Okay, they're gonna get desperate. Feeling pretty worried. Yeah, we still got more shifting, Regisaurs, Carnage turns coming up. Lots of big heavy hitters if they did something to it. If we see shifting, they're done for. Possibly. They could have some white-based removal and it would destroy shifting. Yeah, another Hunt Master. Give it a go. Alright. If I could have put an extra toxic on Tyrannosaurus Rex, making it 5 toxic, they would have been dead that turn. Exactly at 10, which is, again, something I would like to explore in the future. Yeah. Or maybe just get toxic on some earlier creatures, and that'd be nice. Unfortunately, no Tyvar stand. Hopefully we don't keep getting flooded, kind of, with Topiary here. A good game. I don't know why they said good game. They just have a lot of counter spells. And we'll see some good stuff. It's not over yet. They really think they have us. Not sure why they said oops. If I see Tyrannosaurus Rex, they're dead. Let's see it. Well, that's not Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, I'll try for it. We have a few turns at least with Lyra Dawnbringer there. Whoa, Ranked Explorer. Good stuff, Dr. Gazooks. Hey, you'll get there eventually. Persevere. Try your best. I certainly have some painful moments, as you guys see. Some nights are not so great, that's for sure. Interesting. They're a little bit worried about the potential of us doing stuff. Hey, send her migration. Draw things out. Yeah, they really just like to keep spamming that good game. Tyrannosaurus Rex, where are you at? It would be nice. It would be nice to beat the spammer, but it doesn't seem like that is going to happen. If they attack with a few things this turn, though, we may get them yet with T-Rex. Got to beat Tyrannosaurus Rex next turn, otherwise we're definitely done for. Now, that's not T-Rex. Yeah. Wasn't really that good, but what can you do? We just got unlucky. Flooded. We'll get them next time. Yeah, I really would have expected to see a shifting or Tyvar stand. Certainly to save Tyrannosaurus Rex there. Man. Tyvar's shifting. Another T-Rex. Carnage Taunt. A lot of stuff combined. A very good chance to have seen one of those things, and we just didn't. Oh, against someone who's AFK. Well, hopefully you do get that free win. Of course, might take a little bit, but hey, that's all right. We're seeing mono black aggro. It appears to be. At least we do have shifting Ceratops. Turn 2 to threaten that Knight of the Ebon Legion. I'll definitely block it and take it out, even though they can pump it eventually. But they have 3 mana. Hopefully. Oh, Devotion. Rough stuff. Usually rough for me. But again, the Acrone War, I'm excited to try it out tonight again. Steal something big. Hope they don't have cut down or something for shifting. It appears they might. Shieldred's Edict. Hey, it's good stuff. Instant speed removal. Pretty fantastic. They're going to pump Knight of the Ebon Legion for sure. Make him big, do a ton of damage, and because we lost 4 life, his ability triggers and they put a counter on it. Now the question becomes, it will get to 6 toughness. I can't even take it out if they pump it next turn. Hasty shifting it is. No point in holding shifting back. Yes, yes. Mono Black Vampires, very interesting. It's been quite some time since I faced them. Fortunately, this thing doesn't get Death Touch and Lifelink. It's only the +3/+3 Death Touch. Yeah, that would have been rough if it was also that. It would have been very fantastic. Ah, so they don't spend the 3. Another one. Huh. Oh. Dimir Vampires. Something like that. Huh. Well, Thunder Migration for 2. We get the Topiary Stomper. We get a ton of lands. We're getting super flooded, and none of these are Drannith through, and so this current situation would have happened with my previous suite of 22. At least I got Topiary to block someone, something, and we better see a creature. Eventually we should. Tranix, Carnage Tyrant. Of course, whatever I do block, they are going to pump. So I'm just going to take it. Make them possibly use the 3 on somebody, yeah. Definitely that other knight. So they don't have a whole lot of mana to do much against stuff. Yeah, just not a whole lot you can do. There's 30 creatures, 22 of which I took away Marauding Raptor, 22 of which are pretty good. We've seen 3 of the 22 impactful things, leaving 19 pretty decent impactful bodies left. Yeah. No more lands. You can do it. Oof. Tranix Rex for the win. Let's go. That's not Tranix Rex, and that will do it. Very, very sad indeed. Yeah. 5, 7, 10. Looking at 10 lands there. We're past a quarter of the way through. Didn't see a single Regis or Alpha, Tranix Rex, or Carnage Tyrant. However, the Crone War, I like the idea of stealing their vampires, a big vampire, potentially if they drop that. Possibly Flame Sweep can surprise the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Although if they get that first counter on, then permanently their toughness is above 2. And a lot of the vampires can be quite powerful anyways, so I don't think Flame Sweep is it. You know what? I'm going to keep it like that. I like the possibility of Drannith. Just make something big enough that it would trade with whatever vampire, whatever vampire they have. Yeah, those could work. You know what, I think there's a good chance of that, especially because there is 4 extra lands. Pretty good chance of maybe seeing one of the Drannith runes helping to get shifting on turn 3. Now we'll try for a Huntmaster. That would be good. No fail to push, I like it. Very nice. Or they're saving it for something a little bit more impactful than Huntmaster. Maybe both of these still live, and then with 2 lands, I still get to play a shifting for 2. That doesn't happen often. Usually, somebody dies. Okay, Power Word Kill is very nice to see him use it on Huntmaster, even though I don't have much lands. I'm stumbling in that department. We'll chip away for 2 at least. 2 lands in the top 10 with 26. Okay, we got it. All right. Off to the races there. We get a Threaten. Calatus. Lovely. Marauding Raptor getting pumped. Boom. Do some damage. Of course, they can pump Calatus up. Nah. I don't want to do that. They got shenanigans up their sleeve, I think. They were going to do something. Okay. Oh, Galta. Definitely I want Galta. Yes, please. Hope they don't have removal for her. Cross the fingers. Of course, I'm just going to attack with both things. Both things that they have would die. Whoever blocks whoever. Fine by me. I think there could be a pretty good chance they don't have removal for Galta. At the very least, they can't take her out this turn. They do only have 1 mana left. Interesting. Chose to sacrifice Knight of the Ebon Legion. I figured the Gifted Aetherborn might block shifting Ceratops. Gain them some life. They still get something. I'll take that too. Doesn't look like they have a whole lot. Yeah. Good old Regis or Alpha. Get the job done. I think. And I'm still left with 1 green for shifting Ceratops there, which could make all the difference. Sneaky Trample. Going to take out a few things here. Zero. Exactly. Certainly I could have done the math. Oh, Dinos and Vampires, yes. Of course we did get Galta and Mavrin from March of the Machine Aftermath, combining a literal dinosaur and vampire, making dinosaur tokens or a big dino with trample. I still have yet to try it. I will at some point. Naya dinos or just Celestia, but probably Naya. Yeah. Alright, got him. Although I am tempted. The Acroan War. I use this to steal Calatus. Gain some life when I block something else that they are forced to attack with, and they're forced to leave themselves open. They're Death Touchers that they were holding back to block something big and kill it. Because of Death Touch, bam. No. Now they're tapped because they swung at us. Yeah, I think the Acroan War is going to be good. You want to keep Galta though. Yeah, I'll trim the Drannith runes. We'll start with that. Possibly could have trimmed maybe a little bit shifting Ceratops. The Acroan War, they lose a creature, I gain a creature for roughly the same amount as shifting. Of course, the Acroan War isn't reduced in cost by marauding, but hey, a bunch of lands, beautiful. I was feeling pretty good with 2 and the Thunderherd Migrations. Oh, and an Acroan War to boot. Yeah. Nothing that Marauding Raptor is going to power out. I can't play Regis or Alpha on turn 3. Carnage Tyrant. And we could potentially be at 4 if we want to use the Acroan War to steal someone, which it doesn't seem to be the case. Looks like they might hold up removal for Marauding. maybe not. They could still have Fatal Push for 1. Okay, they don't. Alrighty. Now the question becomes, Gifted Aetherborn? Vampire of the Dire Moon? Maybe. You know what, I'm going to go with the Acronor. Yeah. I like it. They might just kill Gifted Aetherborn, but hey, I'm not hit for 2, and they don't gain 2. I like it. I like it. And Gifted Aetherborn is going to untap. I can use it as a blocker. The Gifted Aetherborn trades with their Vampire of the Dire Moon, or Knight of the Ebon Legion, or whoever it is, or they just straight up kill it. We'll see. Okay. Use your own removal against your own thing. Oh, and we got Tyrannox Rex to boot. I'm liking this. Do get Carnage Giant. Of course, I could block somebody. I'm going to use Regis or Alpha instead. Maximum explosive potential. Going to hit him with the token, though. I would have wanted to block Knight of the Ebon Legion or Vampire of the Dire Moon, but they would hold 3 up for Knight of the Ebon Legion and give it Death Touch. Right. Power him up. Hey, if he's... Well, he's not going to die. Quite. Loses a Death Touch so he doesn't kill himself here. Oh, beautiful. They do gain a little bit of life. However, I get the hasty Tyrannox Rex to Rex. Down to 6. They have to kill us this turn. I don't see them dealing 11 damage. They can't take out Tyrannox. They don't have enough to pay the ward for. That did seem like a pretty fantastic Acronor. Just leave them open for that split second. Just enough. Taken out enough. Oh, lights out on their chances here. Yeah, definitely. Castle Garenbrig, Marauding Raptor, I have enough to do this, so certainly makes sense. Boom. Got him. Fantastic. I need to make myself some more coffee. Okay. Okay. Love it. Yeah. Drannith Runes. The Croton War. A couple of the new things showing up, showing their impact and potential. Nice indeed. Again, some nights I bring in a playset of some new tech and we don't see it at all in 2 hours. Ouches. Yeah, Victor, that was good. But yeah, the Acronor, I think I didn't really put it through its paces enough. What's it good against? What isn't it good against? You could use it against most creature-based things. We get into a little bit of a staring contest. Even mono-white, potentially. I steal somebody. And then they have to attack later on. They're a little bit open and boom. A lethal swing. Excuse me. But Rakdos. I steal Shieldred, as people often do with the Acronor. Mono Green Devotion. Yeah. Like it. It covers so much. It helps shore up the painful matchups. A lot of painful matchups. However, nothing for 2 or 3. I could give it a go. I think I'm going to try 1 mulligan. Hopefully at least see a Topiary Stomper. Oh, that is much, much better. Yeah. Send a force to the bottom. Again, an increased number of lands. Pretty good chance I'll still see it coming up. Send Castle Garenbrig to the side because Karplusan Forest is not a forest. I, again, don't want to mistakenly play this as my second land. Grixis Control, potentially. Hey, Thoughtseize, we're still doing something. I'm going to try for Marauding Raptor, see if it draws out a counter spell. I'd rather them use it on that, and then still get to stably go with Thunderherd. Okay, removal it is. Maybe? Eventually? Someday? Okay. Took them long enough. My goodness. They're a little bit worried. They see dinos and perhaps they're scratching their heads, wondering, what do I have to expect? Is it going to be big scary dinos? Is it going to be something more aggressive perhaps? However, no, I think I can safely go with this Thunderherd, reveal the Marauding. Don't have to worry about a potential censor. There could be the other one that makes me pay 2. Why can't I remember that name? I see it all the time. Maybe they're lagging, perhaps. The lag has been pretty good for me. The phone, whenever I played on that, no problems recently. On the computer, of course, is always pretty stable. All right. Beautiful. Off to the races. Still keep it nice and healthy with the sources of green, although I have so many in hand. There could have been a good case to grab that single mountain. Get it online. Certainly I might draw a Hunt Master next turn, and currently I wouldn't be able to play Hunt Master plus Marauding. But again, there's a pretty low chance. I wouldn't be able to go Marauding plus Regis or Alpha anyways, so that wouldn't matter. Well, they certainly are stumbling in the lands a lot more than me. I'll try for Marauding. I think we're in a pretty good position once we land Topiary Stomper. I would expect to see one of the Tyrannics or Carnage Tyrants or Joey. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. If the name has disappeared, what do I make of it? I don't know. Although I do know it will be nice turning on Topiary Stomper next turn. Hopefully it's living. I think the opponent is just kind of, well, rightfully upset they haven't seen more lands at this point. Oh, yeah. I won't say good game because I feel their pain. Yes, Joy. Definitely the mountain would have been good. Just play it safe again in case I saw something else for red. But we're good now. At the most, I'll only draw, well, one thing a turn. Might be Regis or Alpha or Tepic Hunt Master. But yeah. When you have so many lands, you can, comfortably grab the mountain. You don't have to worry about not being able to pay the 2 green for Topiary Stomper or Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever it is. Yes, that does seem to be the case. Oh, Shieldred's Edict. Pretty good. Of course, it could be Regis or Alpha, Shifting, Carnage Tyrant, anything. But I think we'll still get there. Man, they are getting super screwed. Well, there's like 20, 18-ish things still left in the deck that I could draw. Almost a third of the deck. Yeah, lots of goodies. Corpse Appraiser, hey, we can still get it done. They found a way out, yes. One of the best ways out, one of the only ways out for them in that particular scenario. Maybe they were holding off on that Shieldred's Edict, waiting for something big, just Waiting and waiting and boom. Oh. Flood it. Flood it. We'll get there. Eventually. Starting to pull ahead. Of course, Nicol Bolas. Hey, we got enough lands. Not a total loss. Should never really expect to see 3 Castle Garenbrigs at this point, but hey, you play anything enough, you're going to run into wacky scenarios like that. Boom. We got another one, as I expected. It could have been a T-Rex, a Shifting, a Regisaur, a Carnage Tyrant, a Galta. They could have another Shieldred's Edict. Something painful. Oh, you got the Platinum. Good stuff. Good stuff, Dr. Gazooks. It's always nice to see yourself creeping up. I didn't always do ranked. Usually it was just unranked best one when Arena first started out to test the waters. Then I figured, yeah, I'm going to refine Dinos. And way back when it was not very powerful in ranked, I'll tell you that. But it certainly has gotten better over the years. Hopefully they don't make us sacrifice it. They do. They don't. Okay, okay. They have to hold absolutely everything back. Oh, boy, what are they doing? If they attack with Corpse Appraiser, they're dead. Do it. Do it. Oh. They goofed up. Well, Shifting Ceratops would have done them in. I connect with 1 point of damage. I get them to 10 poison counters. That's where it's at, folks. Lights out. Oh, and that animation when you get to 10. That's pretty sweet. That was a recent addition there. I don't know if you guys caught it, but yeah, this green poisonous skull. Yeah, that certainly was ouch. Ouch, Dr. Kazooks. Oh, a wonderful, wonderful animation. I'm glad they started re-adding them. Oh, Joey, hey. Lovely stuff. In those scenarios, it's very nice, of course, against maybe Azorius Control. They have enough lands at that point. Fortunately, this opponent stumbled a fair bit. But yeah. The ward cost, sometimes it's pretty easy to play. We might connect once with Tyrannix Rex. Then the following turn, they might use the Wandering Emperor, and, well, before they play anything, they'll have enough lands to pay the ward cost. But they oftentimes have to just take their entire turn off, only to remove this. If they play a spell for 2, and then an extra 4, they might not have any lands left to take them out, which is still pretty good. I hopefully have another good dino waiting in the wings in my hand that I can slap down and keep that aggression up. However, Dimir, no. Grixis Control. Tyvor stand potentially, although, again, that doesn't protect against the Shieldred's Edict that we saw. Which is rough stuff. The Crone Ward to steal their Nicol Bolas. Yeah, let's do it. Fim2 Galtas, of course, Galta could get removed easily, countered. It might be painful, but still keep the lands somewhat healthy with 24. Only trimming 2 Drannith runes there, and the Crone Ward to steal Shieldred, Nicol Bolas, Corpse Appraiser, whatever. Bone Crusher Giant, it might make all the difference. Speaking of, and speaking of a keeper, wow. Hopefully they bring it back. And maybe you get to choose your own battlefield. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. You can buy a specific battlefield that only you see on your screen. The opponent doesn't see the battlefield you chose, but hey, that'd be pretty sweet. To battlefield packs, 5,000 gold. You get a chance at one random battlefield, or gems. They only make it gems, so they make money. Of course, they have to make money somehow to support the game. Oh, they don't like the Crone War. Interesting. Huh. Yeah. That'd be nice. Gems for a chance at a custom battlefield. Hopefully Master Lives. Save removal. One less removal that they would use for marauding, perhaps. It's one less fatal push. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yes, Cleansing Wildfire and Indestructible Lands Victor. 100%. I've seen it used on me before. Pretty good. It's, I guess it's chromatic red, or it's often used with mono red Fires of Invention. Or they have Golos, so they have enough mana that they can use Golos' ability and make mana of any color. No, Cascading Cataracts, that's it. You pay 5, you tap Cascading Cataracts, and you make 1 mana of each color, which they use for Golos' ability, but the base of the deck is mono red. Darksteel Citadel with Cleansing Wildfire, boom, they ramp, they draw a card. It is certainly lovely stuff. Hopefully, Marauding is surviving, and we get to T-Rex next turn. At the very least, I think they'll do something to Shifting instead. Hopefully. I don't know. It's worth a try. At least Cleansing Wildfire, of course, could be used to take out Lotus Field. And I know Lotus Field has hexproof, but you use Shadow Spear. Its ability, pay 1, permanence. Your opponent's control can be targeted if they have hexproof and indestructible, I think. So you remove the hexproof effectively on Lotus Field. You destroy it with Cleansing Wildfire. They search for a basic land. But often Lotus Field doesn't have a whole lot of basics. They might have 1 or 2, which they might have played. So it could be straight up land destruction for 2. That'd be sweet. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah, like, how long did it take you to come up with that idea, Joey? That's fantastic. It seems pretty straightforward and yeah, a no-brainer. Perhaps they're running a bit of a skeleton crew. They don't have a whole lot of people to... Oh, we almost got Tranix Rex down. However, Nicol Bolas, hey, can't block Shifting. Only Blood Tithe Harvester is able to do that. I'm going to attack him. I think Shifting Ceratops could go down next turn. It would have been nice to wait, maybe give Shifting Ceratops reach to stop Nicol Bolas, but I still feel something bad was going to happen. I'd rather take the chance, hit him, take him down to 9, and we'll see. Maybe if they had only 1 card left, I might have risked it, holding Shifting Ceratops back. Oh, interesting. What's up her sleeve? Extinction event. Maybe. Huh. Corpse Appraiser. If we get another land, we get Tranix Rex. Oh boy, let's see it. Tranix Rex and the win. Another land. Land. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, it's not land, but it's a thing. Pretty good. The question becomes, yeah, I'll hit him with the token. I think if anything's going to die next turn, it would be the token, and they might use Corpse Appraiser to trade with it. They might not want to go to 6. They know I have 1 green left over for reach with shifting to stop Nicol Bolas. I've got Regisaur on the ground to block the Blood Tithe Harvester, so I think we should be safe. Oh yeah, once they add Hidden Stirrings, we're going to have to worry a lot about Lotus, 100%. But it is going to be nice once I start to face it. Of course, I could do Magic the Gathering online a little bit more than I have in the past, and well, that does it. Oof. They got us. So it wouldn't have mattered either way. If I had attacked with the token or not, they would have dealt with the stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to facing Lotus Fields. That's going to be a nice new challenge, but again, I already have some ideas. Like I say, Shadow Spear. Increase the chances, or just get the chance to target Lotus Fields. Get that hexproof off it. Use land destruction. Boom. Maybe that's going to be a nice way. Of course, Damping Sphere as well. Perhaps you combine Damping Sphere so the Lotus Field only taps and makes it colorless. Plus some land destruction with Shadow Spear and whatever else. Yeah. Fun times. Probably can't believe I'm looking forward to Lotus Fields. Nobody looks forward to facing Lotus Field, I think. Not too many people. Gonna have to be another mulligan. Okay, we got there eventually. Send Regis or Alpha to the bottom. Of course, Carnage Tyrant is the scariest thing, but I had to send 2. Couldn't keep both. Didn't have a source of red yet, but Thunderherd Migration. Oh no, that's not Thunderherd Migration. Thunderherd Migration can grab it, which I'm definitely going to do here. Just, you know, well, I'll need a source of red at some point for a Hunt Master, Marauding, Regis, or Alpha. Yeah. We'll get there. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully Explorer becomes basically Pioneer pretty quick, although I think it's going to take quite some time. First Fatal Push. One day. I do have the source of red for the Akron War, which, yeah, that's another thing. I don't often use the Akron War, so keeping in mind if it's in, I may really want to grab that mountain. But again, I don't think I'd go with 2 mountains. That's messed me up enough. With Topiary and Thunderherd and the chance of just seeing the mountain itself, I'll be able to fix mana enough. Blood Tithe Harvester, not too bad. Oh yes, 100%. Explorer seems pretty diverse. Of course, I face a lot of stuff here. Perhaps that does change as time goes on. However, I'm just going to straight up steal the Blood Tithe Harvester. Makes the most sense. Hunt Master would have died next turn to either removal or the Blood Tithe Harvester itself. Let's do this. Hope they don't have removal for the Akron War, but it is an enchantment, so that might be pretty difficult for them. Hey, get rid of Hunt Master. Ooh. Still can't play Regisaur, unfortunately. Get there, we'll get there. At least they have to attack with Nicol Bolas. I can perhaps connect with Blood Tithe Harvester. Or they just use removal on it. Oh, they're getting rid of Regis or Alpha, I think. 100%. Although I still could get Carnage Tyrant next turn if I see Castle Garen break. I might not want to risk that. Nicobolus will go down. He'll kill himself because he will be tapped, which is nice that I don't have to worry about it in a bit. Where's that Castle Gurnbreak when you need it? Alright, crossing my fingers. They're thinking of playing another creature. They don't have to attack with that creature unless it did have haste, of course. So, hey. We take 4 and then Bolus is no more. Nicobolus will snore. Change his name to Nicobolus the Snorer instead of the Ravager. Ravaging the dreams. Actually, nightmares are ravaging his dreams because he's about to die. Well, boom. Still, well, no Castle Gurnbreak. Would have hoped to see it by this point. We're not a quarter of the way through the deck yet, but that, or another land or creature of any type. Got to let it happen at some point here. Oh yes, we will return to Tarkir, Dr. Gazooks. And I did do some tournaments, rare redrafts. For anybody that doesn't know, whatever place you get in the draft tournament means you get to start picking all the rares and whatnot that were opened in the tournament. They're spread out into a pool, a pile, whatever. And yeah, we got a lot of bad manners opponents tonight. Of course, they got back to Harvesters, which is good. We're just mana screwed as it happens. Not quite done for it yet, but probably. Especially if they do have a counter spell. We'll try. Yeah, going back to Tarkir. Certainly I don't think they're going to reprint fetch lands, which I did get a Windswept Heath when I was doing the draft tournament. Man, that was good stuff. Actually, I think I traded for the Windswept Heaths, and then got 3 more copies years later. Yeah, it's even with 24 lands. I had taken out 2 Drannith Ruins, even with 24, and lots of ways to search for them. Doesn't matter. 24, 26, you see a lot, you see a little, you see the perfect mix. Doesn't matter how long you've been playing. If you're a back-to-back world champion, which I don't think there's been a back-to-back world champion in consecutive years yet. There has been, I think, one person who's won the world championship twice in their career. This hand, though, yeah. Maybe if I was on the draw increasing, the chances of seeing the 3rd land that I would need for Topiary. It's about as bad as that first one. We got there. Send Tyrannosaurus Rex and Thunderherd Migration to the bottom. I've got 3 lands, technically 4 with Thunderherd. I think there's a good chance we get to enough for Regisaur, which we did with Castle Gurnbreak here. Get to see Regisaur on turn 4, I hope. Does seem to be mono red, and Regisaur Alpha being 2 bodies is gonna absolutely decimate them. Yeah. And Regisaur costing 5, I don't take a bit of damage from Eidolon of the Great Revel here. Whenever a player casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great Revel deals 2 damage. Well, we have a lot of things that cost more, and there we go. We've got Regisaur Alpha this turn, Tyrannosaurus Rex next turn. That might be it. Yeah, I'm going to save that token. Okay, so it would have died anyways. Alright, alright. Nah, that's okay. Lightning Strike takes it out, but they took 2 damage in the process. Thunderbreak Regent doesn't have trample. That's alright. Boom. Maybe we trade with Regis or Alpha. Fine by me. We have a much better clock. I think they're in a sticky situation. Don't see them being able to deal with Tyrannix Rex. Maybe they exert Glorybringer to take a Regis or Alpha, but that's still pretty good. I can't attack with Huntmaster, so that would be a blocker for something on the ground, or make him use removal to get Huntmaster out of the way. I think we got him. Three games in a row without Nykthos. That is rough. Yeah. Painful. I usually assume you see Nykthos a lot. Oh, wait, not quite. Both Thunderbreak Regents dealing with it. Drannith Ruin's not doing a whole lot for us at this point. Do I want to take out both? Actually, I have to. I have to force them to do that. Otherwise, if I didn't attack, we would have been dead in the air next turn, guaranteed. Yeah, they just had a bunch of the Dinos. I think they might have it. Not quite. Taking us down to 2. They could have play with fire, of course. Finishing us off for 1. Shifting Ceratops or T-Rex? Oh, that is not Shifting Ceratops or T-Rex. Close. So close. Alright, you know what I'm bringing in? The Acroan War. Big time. Galta? Yeah, I'll trim Galta. Still want to keep the lands pretty healthy. I still want to put Drannith Ruins through its paces and keep some copies here and there. And definitely could be taking out 2 Drannith Ruins, but keeping 2 Galtas in, and well, I'll play it safe again. Keep the lands at 24 for the moment. Yeah, definitely. I want the Acroan War. I want to steal those big dragons that they're going to play once again. 2-2 though. That was pretty sweet. And well, just didn't need that topiary. Yeah, a little bit too slow. Now, I'll try 1. Oof, okay. Ugh. Well, that's interesting indeed. It's not often you see 3 Maraudings and 2 Huntmasters. Wacky. Oh, it should have been Castlepath. I did it. I usually catch myself, but yeah, I just didn't that time. Okay, let's hope Huntmaster survives. I don't think he will. Darn. Right, Topiary Stomper gets another source of red with the mountain. Go Huntmaster, Marauding Raptor next turn, or possibly just Regis or Alpha, and then that would be feeling pretty good. It was a good game, yes. Yes, indeed. Well, certainly Castle Garenbrig, that's what it's definitely got to be. Marauding next turn, a nice big Regis or Alpha, plus the second Marauding, or just a big creature, and hopefully no Glorybringer. Excuse me. Even if it's a Glorybringer, it's not going to be too bad. Okay, good. Ooh, not so good. Should probably read what Thunderbreak Regent does. Whenever a dragon they control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbreak Regent deals 3 damage to that player. Oh boy, hey. I still get Tyrannox Rex. Is that going to be the right move? Let's think about it. Actually, they're completely open. Marauding for 1. Regisaur. Tyrannox Rex at the moment. I can play it. Yeah, but that's only 8. Marauding and Regisaur is 6. Plus Regisaur is 4. 10. Plus the 3. 13 versus 8. That's a lot better for sure. Maybe they kill something with 1 mana, but hey, I like this a little bit better. And I imagine we still will get Tyrannox Rex next turn. Well, we're not quite dead. Well, they will be dead. Lights out. Phew, got him. 7-7. Last game it was 2-2. It certainly is an all-out slugfest. However, taking him out without revealing the Crone War might be kind of nice. I didn't put any work into it yet, Dr. Gazooks. I got it written down somewhere. Where did I write it down? Yeah, not quite yet, but definitely keep reminding me, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, maybe tonight, we'll see. At least another match after this, and I'll add the chapters as I always do after a stream is done. Oh, 2 Crone Wars. I just like keeping the hand I have, not oh boy. Oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm always excited to push the limits of Dino's budget, or otherwise. I expect Huntmaster is going to die, but if it lives, marauding for 1, shifting for 2 next turn. Hey, we drew out a play with fire. That's 1 less play with fire that would have hit us. Maybe steal that Bone Crusher Giant. Hopefully they play some nice big dragon coming up. They're going to do something to marauding. Damage-based, lightning strike, play with fire. Oh, interesting. They're holding off on that. Well, certainly Topiary Stomper instead then. Shifting Ceratops, I imagine they would have used their damage-based removal. I'm instant speed, I suspect. They would have taken out Shifting when it was temporarily damaged by Marauding's ping if I had played Shifting this turn. Lightning Strike. Okay, stop him. So, they had something. There you go. Okie dokie. Can I do Regis or Alpha plus Shifting? I do have a total of 7. Add the mana up. Boom. Yes, 6, and I'm left with 1 red source. That's what I'm doing. Thank you. Make sure I use up that red source first, 100%. Hopefully we're not dead to flying things, but we certainly have enough bodies to be very scary indeed. What do I want to attack with? That's the question. Marauding? Yeah, I like the looks of that. make use of Marauding's buff because it normally sits as a 0-1. So good. We take out a Bone Crusher Giant. I like it. That's a decent sized body off the board. I think we should have them. We steal whatever they play, or we just steal the Bone Crusher. We got a ton of bodies to block. I don't think they'll have enough removal to stop them. They'll put some counter. Oh, okay. The Burning Hands is very good. Oh, well, I know what I want to take. Yoink. Yeah, I'll attack with both of them. Steal something else coming up here. Oh, they're starved in the mana department, it seems. Yeah, I guess I just steal the Soulscar Mage. Oof, the Burning Hands, nuts. No one expects the Acron War, or the Spanish Inquisition, if that's what you were referencing. But yeah, no one expects it. I'm almost considering starting with the Acroan War, because what isn't it good against? Steal that and kill him. Okay, Drannith Runes. Counters on non-human entered. Okay, we don't have any non-humans to enter. Yeah. I'll just take it. Play the good old Huntmaster. Actually, what I should have tried is Thunderherd Migration. I would have gotten to 4. I should have done the math. I saw Topiary couldn't attack, but sometimes I do miss that. I don't clue in, hey, I've got a land that I can play, or the Thunderherd to get me to 7. Thunderbreak Regent does not quite do it. And they get back to Bone Crusher Giant. That's okay. We still got enough damage. We got a hasty Carnage Tyrant, and that's where it's at. Oh, lovely, lovely. They don't expect 2 Acroan Wars. They don't expect 4. Of course, you see how lovely it is. Jam all 4 in. Steal that Shieldred. Steal a Bone Crusher, a Dragon, Cavalier of Thorns with Mono Green Devotion. Yes, that was good. Very nice indeed. Okay. At least one more match coming up. We'll see if it takes longer, if it is Azorius Control, but sometimes it does go pretty fast with the big scary dinos they can't do a whole lot with. Yeah. We'll put 2 counters on somebody at some point. Still haven't done that part of Drannith Ruin's ability yet, but overall, I'm quite pleased with it. Worst case scenario, it's a land that does get me ahead. Of course, it does increase the chance of flooding, but it's not like the land is only a land. It can increase the power, which is nice. Ooh. Don't want to do that. Of course, the Source of Red instant keep with Huntmaster here. Although, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to try it out. Risky, And the Acroan War is very cheap if you guys are looking for budget pickups. I'm pretty sure the Acroan War is cheap in paper. 50 cents, maybe. You might as well to, have a reasonable chance, a nice thing that can do something against a lot of things and take out a lot of things if all their creatures are tapped, and then with that final lore counter they deal damage to themselves. Might as well. Worth a try, I would say. Ooh, interesting. They got rid of Huntmaster, and hey, there we go. We got Thunderherd Migration. Hoping there's not a second Thoughtseize. I would expect Bud Tithe Harvester. or something. Oh, very cheap, very cheap. Oh boy, beautiful. That's the ultimate revenge. They get rid of Huntmaster, which I couldn't have played anyways. And then I get something I can play that gets me the source of red, and they're just crying. Tears. Their mood is souring. Making them pucker up. Can't kill the basic mountain that I'm about to grab. And we got 2 Castle Game Breaks. We get to probably Tyrannix Rex at some point. We get to Regis or Alpha. Of course, they could have a second Thoughtseize or Kroxa, making us discard stuff. Liliana of the Veil as well. Go blank. But I would think Go blank is just in maybe mono black discard with waste not. 2 in a black, target player, target opponent, discards 2 cards. This is pretty good. So of course, sometimes if you have no cards, it's completely dead, but they use 1 card, we lose 2. Nice early on, pretty bad late. Of course, terrible if we only have 1 card, they pay 3, and oh, that's not a good rate whatsoever. The rate ain't great. That's pretty good, of course. Regis or Alpha. Topiary Stomper I wouldn't have gotten to 7. Hopefully Regisaur is still sticking around. They might have... Well, somebody's dying. Either the token or Regisaur. However, Tyrannix Rex happens next turn. They got to be at least a little bit scared. Cut down. Heartless Act. Children's Edict. Hey, we're left with a body. Of course, I would trade with Bone Crusher if the token is still living. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Hey, game 2 we might get a steal Shieldred with the Crone War. Cross your fingers for that. Guess they're worried about Tyrannix Rex. Rightfully so. Plap it down, attack, and see if Shieldred wants to block. If they're going to block, it's going to be this turn. They don't want to take 8 and get 4 poison counters for nothing. So they have a way to deal with it. Fatal Push on the token, then Liliana of the Veil to make a sacrifice. Tyrannix Rex being the only creature left, or something like that. Interesting. Huh. So they can't deal with Tyrannix Rex. That's what I was thinking. If they didn't block with Shieldred, they would have had something in their hand to deal with it. Because now I'm going to take out 2 creatures. If I connect with 1 point of damage, they still get 4 more poison counters, which is also good. I feel like they goofed up a little bit. Perhaps they just wanted to maintain Shieldred. I think I'll try with the Bone Crusher. Hope they don't have another land plus... Oh, okay, well. That is good. We get Rotting for 2, Topiary for 2, Ghalta for 2, and drive this win home, I hope. Beautiful. What's not to love about that? Again, I may increase the number of Ghalta to 3 or 4, which I've used in the past because she is so fantastic, but I've got 3 bodies to block. That's got to be it. Yeah, it was weird. Of course, I'm happy to trade with the Bone Crusher Giant. I was hoping that was going to happen at some point. I figured Fatal Push would happen on the token and I wouldn't get to trade with it, but they're not busting through this. At the most, they could only remove 2 things. They would have to hold everything back because, again, Tyrannix Rex can't connect. Again. or else they're dead no matter what. It is nice I stop them from attacking with their creatures. We'll see, we'll see. It could still make something happen. They're thinking about it. All the different possibilities. Oh, interesting. I think they have Shieldred's Edict. Well, certainly Topiary Stomper to block Graveyard Trespasser. And I can't take 2 from Shieldred. Yeah, I have to block it and hope they don't have an Edict. Oh, they don't. Beautiful stuff. There we go, folks. Yes. Joy's been around a few times Victor. Always nice to have more people, of course. Stick with Dinos, sprinkle in other games, as I have done in the past. Old computer games from decades ago. League of Legends, potentially at some point. But I really just like focusing on one thing. It feels special to me, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Doesn't change up. I don't try to feature new decks. The flavor of the month. I love Dinos enough. This is fun. Yeah, that was good. Of course, it was a little bit hairy there. I knew I had to stop Shieldred. I was thinking of double blocking Shieldred, but perhaps they would have had removal, a fatal push for Marauding Raptor. Shieldred would have killed Topiary Stomper, and that double block wouldn't have happened. The whatchamacallit, Graveyard Trespasser would have connected. I would have died the following turn to the 2 damage from Shieldred. I'm pretty sure, I would have been low enough. Oh yes. I was hoping, I figured it would take a lot of time to do what I wanted to do here, because it is only one thing. And, you know, only people that enjoy Dinos, or of course some of you guys don't play Dinos and you just like to see the atmosphere, which is also nice. But for the most part, it wouldn't draw in as many people because it's not as much stuff. But I like it. It's nice. I'll keep doing it, and the right people will keep finding me, even if it is a little bit slower than doing this some other way. I think they're not going to like the Akroan War. Same as that Grixis opponent. They're going to get rid of it. Yes. Yes, Victor. Yeah. I just wanted to do something so crazy that no one else would ever think of doing it. Although, you know, Nikachu does play Merfolk, plays other stuff as well. Branches out a little bit, which I will do at some point. But I like to, or I've always wanted to have a solid base of hundreds and hundreds of streams, videos focused on one thing, and still play that one thing, whether it was Dinos or cat tribals, zombies. Yeah. Just keep doing it, get there eventually, and get them with this Akroan War to eventually steal Shieldred. That's going to be nice indeed. However, got to be marauding to start. It was almost using... We'll try for marauding. Yeah. Possibly shifting Ceratops. They see shifting, but I'm not going to do it. I want that stable ramp. Hasty shifting next turn, potentially with 5 lands. After I play the Karplusan Force that I also have in my hand. Oh, I love it. I could be sleeping right now. Perhaps some nights that would be good. I still feel good, even though I do this pretty late. And I love it because it's something that sticks around. It lasts. I get to connect with people. Have a good time. I could have simply been playing this game, which that time sort of would have, it just would have gone away in a sense. That just didn't sit right with me. And I still play this a lot. I played, I think, 25 matches of Dinos yesterday, including the stream. Might have been more than that. Yeah, it's good. I always wanted to do this, even since I was a kid, over 20 years ago. I was going to be a video game tester with the Nintendo Power magazines, those old ones if you guys remember. I thought, oh, that'd be cool. Searching for bugs, playing video games. Love it. And hey, what was I saying? The Acroan War. Boom. Get them. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yoink. I like it. Oh. It will hit hard, yeah. But yeah, you have to love what you do, even if it's not getting you to where you want to be as fast as other methods. If you like what you do, just keep focusing at it, and you can maintain it a lot longer if you enjoy it. You basically remove burnout. Now, it's not for everybody, but if you like it, you got to imagine that's going to motivate you to get oh, look at that, the concedes. Wow. Well, I don't know about you guys. I think there's something I'm going to be keeping in for at least the next few days or going forward. Ooh. Wow. I expected there was going to be removal for it, but Shieldred ends games if you can't remove her right away, and fortunately it ended it for the opponent. I missed that. I should have played that right when the concede happened. Or mana destroy your opponent. Yes, please. But yeah, just going back to the consistency thing. I always wanted to be consistent. I was naturally a person who could do one thing every single day, all day long, any free time, focus on that thing. Lots of people need variety, which is perfectly okay, but that's not me. I get to do one thing. I get to keep piling it up. This has been one more live stream in the hundreds. Eventually, I'll get to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I don't see any reason to stop this. I have 2 kids. I'm still making it work. One is 5 months, almost walking. My daughter, asleep right now. I'll show you guys actually. Yeah, we'll call that the last match of the night. I'll get working on that budget, arena-focused dinosaur list. Although there is kind of budget ones, roughly, if you want to go back to my first videos. Anytime I do free-to-play dinos, that's usually pretty cheap. Yeah, let me see, 1 second. I'll make the webcam a little bit bigger. I've showed you guys the monitor before, but it's just sitting. Oh, I unplugged it. Okay. Nope, can't see it too good. Good enough. Bit of a glare. But yeah, that's just right what sits beside me, and keep an eye on her if I know she's going to surprise me. I get to have a little bit of warning before she makes a guest appearance. Some nights, usually she's passed out. Pretty good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. If I can make this work with 2 kids, you guys can make it work. You just have to want it enough and find something you enjoy, make some content, and at least you have something to show for your time, which should be pretty motivating. Yeah, thanks for watching. Dr. Zooks, Joey, Victor, Pterosaurus, Heaven, Cut, everybody else. Have a good rest of your time zone, whenever it is, wherever it is, and see you next time. Peace.